ぶりの三振です。
Beyond a quick adjustment on a curveball. Where you get, for example, a high fastball, the same release point, that curveball's out of the strike zone and elevated. Same thing here, but then a quick adjustment, follow through, gets his swing and miss on his curveball, stayed on top of it much better. So far with swing and misses, first two starts with his curveball and his slider. Look at that, way too many in the strike zone. You want to get a few more of those out of the zone. It's going to be important to be able to establish a fastball down and also get that same release point on the breaking balls.
9-hitter Martin Maldonado, and that's strike one. Jose Altuve, Michael Brantley to follow. 8-pitch, 7-strike first inning. And then 27 pitches in the second inning. Astros stranded to that inning. On top, Fletcher backing up. Plants and throws him out.
So far, Fletcher's made a play basically in the outfield grass at shortstop. He's made a play on Alvarez in the outfield grass in right field. So that's how important he is defensively for the Angels with all the shifting being put on and the trust that Joe Madden has in it defensively.
Here comes Altuve.
I think anybody that had no idea he was coming up. Everyone was just booing. I wonder who that could be.
And they're not saying Altuve. Astros will hit to Kansas City. Of course, the Angels are headed east to see the Tigers, but not before they stop tomorrow and play the Yankees tomorrow night. It's a Jose Suarez-Garrett Cole matchup. Joe Madden announced the rotation for the Tigers. Dylan Bundy on Tuesday. Casey Mize goes for the Tigers. Shohei Ohtani on Wednesday. Lefty Tariq Skubal will go for the Tigers. And it's Patrick Sandoval and Matt Manning. A couple of lefties go at it on Thursday. And the Tigers nearly were no hit today.
That was a near perfect game. McKenzie for Cleveland had a perfect game into the 8th inning for giving up a hit.
11-0 Cleveland beat the Tigers. Miguel Cabrera struck out twice. He was 0 for 3. Altuve to left. And Upton is there and makes the catch. And 2 nice outs for Detmers to open up the third. Brantley arrives. And when the Angels arrive in Detroit on Tuesday night, Miguel Cabrera will still be sitting at .499. So there's a good chance in that 3-game series, though the Angels would certainly like to prevent it, that Cabrera gets to 500.
As pitchers, you're well aware of that.
Oh, trust me. You don't want to be the footnote.
I still remember in this stadium here when Reggie Jackson had $4.99, we came into a 4-game series, and we're all looking like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the one that gives up 500, but Bud Black gave up that home run. And we said, thank you, buddy, for doing that. He said, yeah, not really. But we were we were all young pitchers. We didn't want to be part of history on that one.
I would expect that you, along your career, contributed to Reggie's totals at some point. No?
No.
Never got you. Detmers 2-0 to Brantley. Hammers one deep, and that's gone. I mean, way gone. That's about 10, 12 rows up. And the Astros have the lead. 8th of the season for Brantley.
Doesn't hit a lot of home runs, but he's a lot of extra base hits as far as doubles, with 28 of them, a couple triples. And he gets his hands through the baseball. It can jump and go a long way, and that's exactly what happened. That slider, middle of the plate. Well, you see how he's keeping the hands back? It's his 4th home run that Reed Detmers has allowed so far. 3 starts.
Solo shot. Correa now with 2 outs.
One thing you have to clear the mind. That's a good conversation right now for Kirk Suzuki. You can't worry about that. It's over with. Move forward, because there's a lot of damage left in this lineup coming behind you if you lose focus. You've had some chances on your side offensively to score. It hasn't come through yet. There's a lot of traffic. Eventually, you're going to be able to score some runs.
Alvarez on deck. He loves to set his bat just like that. That's a very cool shot. That's respect for the bat. If you don't want it in the dirt, stand it up. High pop-up. Walsh fighting the sun. Makes the catch. Getting over, but Astros on the board thanks to Michael Brantley.
細いボールがわかんない。
Player resume. Major League Baseball hits leader. David Fletcher, Cedric Mullins have been neck and neck all season long. Adam Frazier at 142.
Mullins and Frazier, I think that's an NBA team at the top for hits.
And the only thing I could think of with Fletcher would be Chevy Chase. Right?
Yes. Fletch lives.
He does. Fletch is at the plate. Bounced out back in the first. Traffic. Angels have had it. Otani was in scoring position with 1 out in the first. Colors punched out 2 to escape. Bags reloaded. With Otani at the plate and 2 outs. McCullers escaped by striking him out.
That whole at bat changed, though, when that first breaking ball was called a strike. Instead of being 1-0, it was 0-1, and it wasn't a strike. But still, you have to make adjustments. If you're Shohei, you're trying to. That's a nasty break ball. When he gets to 2 strikes with that pitch, it's very hard to make contact. All you're hoping for is a couple in the dirt, and you can work your way back into a count. But that first pitch changed everything. And then you look at the difference from that cards. He's ahead 0-1, 129. 258 when he's behind 1-0. And that probably even increases more so with the bases loaded because you're forced into the strike zone. That second pitch, as compared to you can still get a chase when you're ahead 0-1.
And anytime you hear those numbers, you remember that's against an average hitter in Major League Baseball. It's not against a guy like Shohei Ohtani. Those numbers, I'm sure, 1-0, 2-0, go up against someone like Ohtani.
Even look at the slugging percentage at 0-1. It's 173 as compared to 1-0, 424. That's significant.
Let's try. It's a high pop-up. Correa had sunglasses and used the glove to shade the sun. Double protection there. And an out in the third. Jared Walsh is coming up. This guy here, I mean, look, he's starting to be mentioned in the same breath as a lot of the great Astros starters. He went 6 straight starts with 8 strikeouts or more from early July to early August. And the only pitchers in Astros history is like a who's who of starters. Mike Scott, start with him. Roy Oswalt, Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson. Remember Johnson spent that year when he was traded from Seattle? J.R. Richard, Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole. That's the who's who of Astro pitching.
Still remember that playoff series against the Yankees when he threw like 38 or 50 straight curveballs to him. And he was very successful. And you kept thinking, eventually he's going to make a mistake with his curveball. No, he didn't. 24 straight curveballs. And there's a curveball there. You can see he can throw it in the strike zone. He can swing and misses. Now he's added a slider in there, so a little different wrinkle to it, a little bit harder than his curveball.
Have you noticed a difference in the post-Sticky era? It seems to me that the guys who were good, even during that era, are still good. Maybe not as nasty, but they're still really, really good.
It's just an adjustment. I mean, the spin rates have gone down. Whether that was because the result of that or not, but I mean, you're still able to use the rosin bag to get that grip when you need, especially for your breaking ball. And that's where you see that spin for it. And pitchers like McCullers Jr., now they get that good feel. Even you're going to see that Garrett Cole. He struggled for a few starts coming back after, taking that away. Not saying he was using it or not, but taking it away. But now he's made his adjustment. He's throwing the ball well again, although he's been on the IL now for a while. But he's back to pitching the way he can.
Walsh has the count at 3-2. Breaking ball grounded. Gurriel flips this time, not so high. And McCullers is there to make the catch and the tag of the bag at first. Now, first inning was all kinds of stuff going on at first base.
Now, to his inside line call out. That was hit him in the back, going down the line. And then Shohei Ohtani, ground ball, Gurriel, high flip over to McCullers, tried to get his foot on the base, but unable to do so. And Shohei picks up an infield hit.
Oslin now. 2 outs and nobody on. Padres got a home run from their new outfielder.
incredible, by the way. Absolutely incredible.
And lead the Diamondbacks 1-0. They finally have a hit because obviously they were no hit last night. Fernando Tatis is in the outfield. And it's his 32nd home run.
The reason why it is to take away an extra few defensive plays as a shortstop. He's going to, with that left shoulder, you're diving for a baseball, you're reaching up for line. A lot more action as a shortstop as compared to an outfielder. And the importance of having him in the lineup is huge for the Padres because they're trying to hold on to that second wild card. Cincinnati is playing exceptional baseball.
The Reds beat the Phillies again today, 7-4.
They got 64 wins. The Padres have 66. On how the outcome of their game today in San Diego. He's put it by a fan.
A lot of souvenirs so far, especially on that right side with McCullers. And McCullers sweeping breaking ball gets Gosling. 1-0 Houston. About it. Was that in right field?
Making the play.
And he can hit too.
Wow, what a swing he has. 32nd home run. Shohei leading the pack with 39.
Into the fourth now. Alvarez, Gurriel, and Diaz against Reed Detmers.
いけませんね。
Breaking ball strike.
Tatis is back playing. That conversation swings back to Tatis Jr. as the MVP of the National League. With him being out, there was uncertainty if he was coming back or not. You had people like Freddie Freeman, Harper.
Alvarez knocks that in the gap. And over for it is Brandon Marsh. He'll pick it up. Buster Posey's name
大
has
谷
surfaced a little
は
bit in the MVP conversation.
満塁弱すぎですね。
I like him as a player, and I
そ
like
こ
the fact that he's
が
made a
松
huge
井や
impact
一郎
on
と
the
違
Brewers.
うところで
We're
す。
doing it without a big year from Christian Yelich, too.
That was for Alvarez, a high fastball upstairs and stayed back through his swing. Hit it hard to left center. He's hitting 289 versus left-handed pitching, so he stays back very well.
Fly ball. Joe Adele is there. And he makes the catch. You know, one of the great stories we're going to be following all the way through Sunday when the Angels are in Williamsport for the Little League Classic is the Torrance Little League team. How cool is this? We've got a team shot. They played Hawaii yesterday in the regional final. They lost, but both Hawaii and Torrance have qualified for the Little League World Series. So the next stop is Williamsport. And that, you know, the major leaguers talk about the experience of going there and how much fun they have.
Chavez, the manager for that Little League team, wish him the very, very best. That's going to be fun. I mean, for them to get that opportunity, what a thrill. And then seeing the Angels there,
Yes,
that's got to be a blast.
well, he communicated to us that there's a lot of Ohtani and Trout fans on that team, on that roster. And for those that have gone there as players or coaches, the experience is just off the charts because they have dormitories that are specially built. The whole complex is like a Disneyland for little leaguers or baseball people. It's for some just a religious experience. That pop-up is going to get into the seats. I saw it today too, and I'm not sure if this is official or not, that the Indians and the Angels will have special uniforms for that. They're Little League type uniforms. So I think the Angels uniforms and the Angels colors say West, and the Indians say Great Lakes, because those are the Little League regions that correspond really cool to the major league teams. Oh, nice. Reed Detmers, I mean, you take back the pitch he threw to Michael Brantley. There's been a lot of progress here for this young lefty in start number 3.
Well, they got a chase here with his curveball, that 11-5 break down and out of the strike zone and get a hitter to expand and chase a non-strike.
I want to pass along and get well soon to one of our viewers. Is at Cedar Sinai, John, and sounds like you're on your way to recovery and hope to see you at the ballpark soon. McCormick now with 2 outs. Everything is just tightened up for him. Although that was a little bit off the strike zone.
Pitch before, though, touched the upper part of the strike zone.
Alvarez still at first. How's he doing on the 4 corners with the fastball? You talked about the 4 quadrants of the strike zone.
Over the last couple of innings, though, he's working that fastball in the lower third, which is important, especially a warm day like today. If you elevate your fastball enough, you're going to have some problems with the baseball carrying well. So speed up, and it's allowed him to get better.
4回表、2ボール1ストライク、僕は一服してきますね。大谷三振、満塁で三振のショックが拭えないので。
He flips the count to 3-1. And he misses outside. It extends certainly the inning. McCormick trots to first. Alvarez pushed to second. And here comes Myers, Mr. Grand Slam of last night.
We had a long at bat before striking out Detmer's curveball. He had a couple curveballs above the strike zone, then finally got one down below the strike zone for a strikeout.
That was an 11 pitch at bat.
ねえ、何のためにデータを見てるんでしょうね。iPad かなんかで。 マクラーズンのナックルカーブすごいですけどね。
Get strike one. Myers grand slam. I noted that in 4 games, the Angels have been victim of a slam 3 times. Kyle Tucker, Teoscar Hernandez. He's not thinking right field today, is he?
So he went slider down and in, and slow curveball he decided to foul on. But he's good on fastballs up and away. So that's one pitch. And we've seen Reed throw a couple times that high fastball. I think he kind of filed that one away against Myers at the plate here because he's good as far as up and away fastball. You got to make sure he chases something below the zone here. Even a fastball in the outside corner might be better as long as it's low.
Ball and 2 strikes. Michael Brantley's home run in the 3rd inning is the only run of the ball game. Angels have 2 hits, but they've stranded 4. Astros, with that home run, have 3 hits and a 1-0 lead. They lift that fastball up and out.
As he tried to get a hitter to expand and chase, it was too much. He missed by the high fastball, not going to get chased, and even the break ball was well out of the strike zone. You want to make a quick adjustment here. See, that's the pitch. He can drive. Refocus for Reed Detmers and make sure you stay on top of this breaking pitch. I think he's going right back to that down and in, either slider or curveball.
Oh, yeah. Excellent call. Excellent pitch.
さあ、何なんですかな。で、大谷は、どうでしょう。
That's my college junior. We're looking at all these numbers now. 112 innings this season. Career best 128 and 1/3. Keep an eye on that. Also hard hit above league average. He does not allow a lot of hits, but when he does, I guess in career 55% ground balls. He can get the strikeout. He can also obviously get the ground ball and get out of those innings early. But Ruby, about the glove size, tell me the difference here. Big. And what the difference does it make in hiding pitches and why some guys go small? Greg Maddux used to have a huge glove, and he wanted a bunch of gold gloves with it. Part of it is you can hide the baseball well as far as going in there for a breaking ball or fastball. or even his changeup. A lot of times, I even asked Greg Maddox about that one, Jose, because I didn't have that real big glove. I always thought I had better command to be able to move and field ground balls like an infielder. Which I always say, once you release the baseball, you're an infielder. I had a smaller glove. I like to be able to have that quick reaction. But he said the reason why, he could get a little bit deeper in the glove with the baseball, and they cannot allow hitters to be able to pick up what pitch you're throwing.
Upton at the plate. Jose, hitter's perspective here. Second time through the lineup against McCullers. What are the adjustments?
You know you're going to see the break the ball, man. You got to sit at some point in certain counts. You know you're going to see it. You got to go out there and hunt it. Just don't overswing. He's got a lot of spin on it. Get under that curveball.
That curveball misses out.
He's got a good slider, too. That's the thing that's amazing. He just kind of incorporated that in his repertoire. I mean, his changeup's pretty solid. He's only thrown a couple of them today, but his slider, because now you have two types of breaks. Throws a cut fastball on occasion, too. A lot of moving pitches for him.
Upton drives it to center. McCormick going back. It's just short of the track, makes the catch.
You look at those numbers with his slider. He's the 136 opponent's batting average. He's the third best in all of baseball. And then what his slugging percentage is 216. That for a pitch, he's just kind of getting a better feel for it. Threw a lot of curveballs before. A little different angle he's throwing his slider from. But his fastball moves a ton. His changeup fades. His slider's a different break than more of a 12-6 variety on his curveball. The reason why you see a lot of ground balls, as Jose just pointed out, and percentages, is because a lot of his pitches are down. You're throwing a sinker, you're throwing all your secondary pitches, and a lot of them are down. So as a hitter, what you're trying to do is track at least the lower third of the strike zone in and away. I still think it's available for Marsh. And even Shohei Ohtani, that bunt down the third base line. I know it's not a home run, it's not an extra base hit, but it's available if you want to push it down the third base line and get on base.
And that's something that the Angels staff is working on right now. He's been out a lot in the last week or so because it's one weapon against the shift.
Well, that was an average. Wow. That was an 86-mile-an-hour changeup.
And he chases, and he's struck out twice.
Take a look at our play sets. He said on each year of Joe Adele how far he had to go to make an outstanding play against Jason Castro, thinking he's got to hit down the line, covering 63 feet on the dive, controls the baseball as he hits the warning track. Love that, and love the energy after he made the play.
Joe Adele now hit by a pitch in the second. And he sprays that one out. Altuve. Lance McCullers Jr. has been terrific today. It's the excitement of Angels baseball with your group of 20 or more. Get tickets for as low as $8 a seat, 888-796-HALO, or visit angels.com. Groups for more details.
We got our red on today.
We do. Very red on today. We're back in black tomorrow. That satisfies your heavy metal.
Yes.
And that's for the Yankees tomorrow. 3:30 for Angels Live. 4 o'clock from Yankee Stadium. Yankees. Yes. No more Bob Shepard. That was always a thrill going to the old Yankee Stadium and hearing him as the PA announcer. Well, young Reed Detmers, after the 2 starts in which he had big innings and lots of home runs, and the Dodgers in the Athletics start, has had a home run, but it was a solo shot, and that's the only run of the game. That was Brantley in the 3rd. This one, Marsh, glove up, glasses on. Nicely done. He doesn't look, when you're a rookie and you come in and start playing center field in Major League Baseball, there's some anxiety, and he doesn't show any of it.
5回裏回ってきます。ね。大谷。
He loves this game, Brandon Marsh. He has fun. And that's what's important, especially when you're a young player. You're going to have your ups and downs so far today at the plate. It's been tough for him, but importantly, he's playing some solid defense at center.
Altuve, another sun ball.
アルトゥーベもデトマーズ君、尻上がりに良くなってます。今日のエンゼルスの先発、ルーキーですね。ここ2試合はまあ、バコバコ打たれましたけどね。
I mean, when it's rapid fire, here comes Brantley now. Brantley's been a really nice player in Major League Baseball for a while. Very steady. Detmers, the 8-pitch first, he threw 7 strikes there. The second inning, he weathered the storm. That didn't miss by much.
That's a good tight slider from Kepner. I like his slider today.
That's borderline. It's high. It's 2-1.
Tough time again. This fastball just slightly above the strike zone. That went off the plate in. 21% slider today. 10 of 15 have been strikes.
As tough as this lineup looks today, remember they're playing without Kyle Tucker, who's on the injured list, and without Alex Bregman, who's had a leg issue. He's on the injured list. So you add those 2 guys back into the mix. Aledmys Diaz becomes your super utility guy who can play anywhere and hit 300 while doing it. Dusty Baker's taken a lot of teams to the postseason. He's had his heart broken more than maybe any other manager around. Got him. That's a nice comeback. After a the 3rd, Brantley takes a
いいぞ、デトマーズ、いいぞ。デトマーズ君、覚醒してます。さあ、大谷だ。
Coors Light. Just pick 3 players you think will homer. If they go deep, you can win cash. Go to the Valley Sports app or homerunblast.com to play. That's for a future game. Can't. It's a little late to select now for this game, but Yankees tomorrow, Tigers Tuesday through Thursday, and then Indians in Cleveland next weekend. McCullers misses low to Kurt Suzuki, Jack Mayfield, Shohei Ohtani here in the 5th inning.
Makulasはすごいですね。
A little bit of a pause at the plate. You know, thinking of just mentioning Cleveland, Tristan McKenzie today, the Indian starter, had a perfect game into the 8th inning. And if things stay on turn, the Angels will see him and face him in Cleveland in that weekend series.
Well, the Angels are going to be on the road for, it feels like forever. They even have an off day in between Cleveland and Baltimore.
Suzuki hits a high fly ball. And Alvarez has it. And of course, last night, one of the most or more improbable no-hitters. But many times, no-hitters are improbable in terms of who throws it. I mean, this is Tyler Gilbert, 27-year-old, USC product, first major league start. A lot of things had to go right. There's his dad. I mean, his dad was just an emotional wreck. That was incredible to see. He was on an 85 pitch count, Torey Lovullo. And Lovullo was getting to the late innings, starting to get really worried about that. Because he'd never thrown a complete game ever in the minors, in the majors. That's his first big league start. He had a 3-pitch 8th inning, and 2 of those balls ended up on the warning track.
A 3-pitch?
Yeah.
That's usually a steak dinner. And you get the other team to go up and make 3 outs on 3 pitches.
He ended up with 102 pitches, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Fastball's a strike. And there, of course, there's always some really good stuff that will go down in his lore, so to speak. He worked as an electrician last year because there were no minor league games.
So basically, he was electric on the mound last night then.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And the last time, this is the 8th no-hitter in baseball this year. The last time that happened was 1884. When they allowed sticky stuff and whatever else you wanted to put on the ball back then. The baseballs back then were, I don't even know if they were completely round, but
still you go back to Madison Bumgarner had a no-hitter through 7 innings with a 7-inning game,
right?
Doubleheader.
Right. Only the second ever thrown at Chase Field in Arizona and the first by a Diamondback. Jose Jimenez of St. Louis in 99 threw 1. Mayfield fouls that back, that 3-2 pitch. Now, Mayfield had a nice at-bat in the second because he fell behind McCullers, worked the count full, and then walked, and that loaded the bases for Shohei Ohtani. And McCullers, 3 breaking balls later, struck out Ohtani with a first pitch that was out of the zone that was a called strike. Mayfield to right field, and it's in there for a hit.
He's approached and he's choking up in the back a little bit more so. He's not going to swing on base twice.
And here comes Ohtani, 1 for 2, at home, all time in a season with loss at 24, Ohtani and Tim Salmon, 23.
Well, Tim Salmon, he had great power to right center. He pulled a home run, but fabulous power right center.
In a 1-0 game, midway through, not a lot of hits for either side. 3 apiece.
さあ、大谷第3打席、さっきのひどい打席はまあいいとして、マクラーズは
McCullers staying with the breaking ball, gets a strike.
その初球、甘いボール、それじゃないですかね、打つのね。まあ、ちょっとしたチェンジアップかカーブか、甘かったですね。頭きますね。なんで打たないんでしょう。そしてナックルカーブに空振るんじゃないの？お、ヒット打った。センター前です。大谷もセカンドへ。大谷打ちました。次は今度は。まあホームランじゃないですけどね。ナックルカーブがちょっと高めに入ったところをさっき打てっていうことですね。真似に打ってくださいよ。よし。メイフィールドがサードを狙う間に大谷も二塁へ到達。ワンアウト二三塁。どうでしょう、今のはどうでしょう。ナックルカーブだ。ナックルカーブやっぱり真ん中にちょっと甘く入ってきたところを打ちましたね。さあ、フレッチャー一本。素晴らしかったですね、今ね。フレッチャー打った。まあ、ショートゴロアウトになりましたが、1点入りました。フレッチャー OK。ね、いい打撃です。同点です。
This great base running by the Angels and good contact by Fletch. That's a double play ball more than likely. But Shohei Ohtani changed that.
Now Walsh is 0 for 2. And Ohtani is 90 feet away. Maldonado.
大谷3打数2安打。1三振3ロブ。2割7分2厘でございます。
He loves that back pick towards third base, but Diaz is well off the bag. It's tough for him to make a quick throw over the third base. But Maldonado loves that throw to third. He's way off the bag. Gives Shohei a chance to get a big secondary lead and squirrel something in the ground.
Whoa! That time, not enough time to block it, but a backhand stab against a run. Lover as an angel in his career. Base is open. Hudson is on deck. See what Walsh gets to hit here, 2-0. For strike one.
There's no guarantee ever you're going to see a fastball and a hitter's count from McCullers because he has such a good feel for his breaking ball. He could go for a strike.
How many curveballs in a row against the Yankees?
24. You get the last 6 out to send the Astros to the World Series.
Oh, you ordered that one up. There it is. It's 2-2 now. It's so good that even a left-handed bat
17% of the time this year he'll throw his fastball on a 2-2 count to the lefty, so it's probably either going to be a slider curve or even a changeup. Wow, that's off the plate again.
Wings it up. The Angels have tied it. Denver's limits the damage to just that solo homer by Michael Brantley.
He mixes a good curveball, but I really like his slider today. That's a little bit of separation. That slider's at 84 to 86. His fastball's been solid at times. Curveball good. But I really like his slider today. He's been able to throw that a lot for strikes and good spots with it.
Carlos Correa, Yordan Alvarez, and Yuli Gurriel in the sixth. And I know it's only his third major league start, but this is as far as he's been able to get in those three starts into the sixth inning. Little liner, and Walsh is there.
Big part of the lineup here for the Astros. I feel like he can get through this inning, put up a zero, got a real good chance of getting his first W.
Join us this season at the Big A. And just go to angels.com and you can buy single game tickets. Upcoming games. Remember, the Yankees are coming. Lots of good matchups. Padres coming. And more. Maybe by then, Tatis will hit another home run in the outfield. He's homered again. He's at 2 in that game, making his debut out in right field for the Padres. This is Yordan Alvarez.
And there's no guarantee ever.
Fight the temptation.
And only 15% of the time this year he'll throw his fastball as soon as he gets to the lefty. So it's probably either going to be a slider, curve, or even a changeup. Wow, that's off the plate again.
Brings the ball. Ball's not happy.
Oh, ball.
Drops it in for a strike. Yeah, Alvarez is not a guy you really want to fall behind. He's having an outstanding year. He and Brantley have been near the top of the hitting charts in the American League for a good deal of time.
And the coach hits the ball so well the other way, facing a left-handed pitcher really isn't a big issue for him. Keep going with that wicked slider now off the plate.
Two misses. Austin Warren just up in the Angels bullpen. Took stride. There's that
slider game. Utilizing their secondary pitchers and getting some big outs with a slider or curveball today. One to the right side, one to the left side.
A game that values, some say, too much velocity. It's fun to watch. It just missed. Gurriel's walked and a fly ball out. Hits for the Astros. Their run came on a home run in the third. 4 hits for the Angels. Their run in the bottom of the 5th on a David Fletcher ground ball out.
Credit Shohei Ohtani for that run with his great base running to get the second base on his base hit. And same thing with Mayfield, going first to third.
That's an upper tank look at Warren warming up. Two and one.
Been around that spot enough. He's starting to get a few of those calls. That was about a half a baseball off the corner, called a strike.
High pop shallow right. Fletcher out. Joe Adele in. And Adele is there and makes the catch. And Reed Detmers punches through the
いいよ、でとまず、いいよ。自信が乗ってきたね。いいルーキーだ。ここ2戦クソみたいなね、ピッチングをしてましたけど。
He went straight to the other end of the dugout away from Joe Madden. And Madden gave him about 30 to 45 seconds before he wandered down there along with Matt Wise. And it looks like the youngster
でとまず6回で降りるようですもんね。
Great job today against a very potent offense on a warm afternoon where the baseball would carry. The adjustment he made with Matt Weiss in between starts, really promising. Good outing. Actually, great outing for Reed Detmers.
Phil Goslin just upped at Brandon Marsh. The problem for the Angels is Lance McCullers Jr. has been as advertised.
4番、ゴセリンからです。マカラーズは、もうマカラーズもでも、
The Astros' top starters.
満塁作ってるから、やっぱ96球でもうこの回で降りるでしょうな。
And baffled the Angels throughout. Zach Greinke on Friday night and his assortment of add and subtract. Luis Garcia yesterday, and Goslin's got a hit.
おーっと、ゴセリンがやっと打ちました。セカンドに行こうとしています。おっと、セーフ。チャムス。いいぞ。
Some aggressive base running resulted in a run last inning. Now you got a shot here. He's so quick. Doesn't steal a lot of bags. Next tight in with a double. Big double figures and doubles with 10.
And here are the Angels in that spot that Joe Madden has talked about. Opportunity If you can get him over, get him in to take the lead. Upton a single and fly it out. Inside corner. And it's 0-1. It's been a struggle for Justin since coming off the injured list. He was so good and so hot before going on. Fouls that one back. This is his 20th game since coming off the injured list. And the average is right around 160.
Space in the pitcher with throws around the breaking balls. Justin Upton continues to make the balls very, very well over the last 3-4 seasons. Worst case scenario, any kind of out, it's got to be a productive out here. Got to get him to third or get him in here.
And Marsh next. You get into the youth movement after Upton in the order with Marsh and Adele. Ryan Stanek up in the pen, and Upton pulls that one foul. He's been battling here at 0-2.
Good play. That's a good changeup he fouled off.
Let's go.
You can see McCullers' pitch count has crept over 100. He's been over 100 frequently, but not a long ways over 100. 111 is his season high. And that is out.
Good battle here for J-Up, knowing the importance of getting this run in.
He fought off 3 foul balls. McCullers missed. Altuve's not paying a whole lot of attention to Goslin at second. Upton.
off the number.
Goslin tags. Alvarez has it. And Goslin goes about a quarter of the way and decides no. So there's one out. Goslin's still at second. And now a quick word from Honda.
Angels Baseball is brought to you with the help of the SoCal Honda dealers. Find them on Twitter @HelpfulHonda to see how they can help you.
At the Big A today, Angels and Astros 1-1,
1-1.
bottom 6. Phil Goslin doubled the leadoff the inning. An Upton fly ball out to left. Marsh has really had trouble with McCullers today. He has struck out twice.
マカラーズはもう103球ですからね。
One of these curveballs at some
マー
point
シ
he throws
ュで
some
交
outstanding
代
ones
か、
to Brandon
一
Marsh.
人ランナー出たら
He
交代
might
でし
get
ょ
part
う
of the
な。
strike zone. That's the best chance for Marsh to make good contact.
He bunts.
おー
That's a base hit.
セーフティーバントです、マーシュ君。何でもできる。
Just like we were thinking, at some
これは交代だろ
point, that shot.
That's the result of about 2 weeks of hard, long work.
う。あればできる子じゃん。
And he got the right pitch,
Oh.
was out. He did a nice
My.
job of getting that baseball down the third baseline, and he had to be perfect with the bunt. McCullers Jr. got over there quickly This is right down the line. How quick he got over there. No way he's going to throw out Marsh. That's a great idea. Successful. Single.
Astros pitching coach Brent Strom is on the mound right now. You got a really interesting dynamic here. Obviously, Goslin's now 90 feet away. Marsh is at first. If McCullers gets a ground ball from Joe Adell, there's a possibility Dusty Baker and the Astros could escape. So if you're Joe Madden, Marsh can steal a base?
No, no. I'm letting Joe Adell one of two things.
Okay.
Swing the bat, and also, depending on where the defense is set up, that might be one of the conversation where he was working a lot on splitting with that vacant right side of the infield.
And that's what
he's got power. We know that.
Yes.
But when you're given a hit, you got a first baseman hold on the base runner. And look how much room you have if you want to push run at the right side. I know Joe's got a chance of driving the ball. It could be 1 run in, it could be 3 runs in. But that's always a possibility.
変わらないね。
Fastball catches the corner. Marsh at first, staring across the diamond. Ryan Butterfield with the signs. On to the third. 0-1. And it's 0-2. Much of the improvement for Adell in this situation, shortening up, working on contact. Marsh has got a bigger lead now.
He throws him on that. He was anticipating the slider. And he's thrown either a slider or curveball nearly 80% of the time 0-2 to a right-handed batter. And he threw a fastball right on the lower part of the strike zone, not called. You can almost expect the slider now. Got to make some contact. A lot of room on the right side.
Adell up the middle. Altuve has one. No way to get Adell. And the Angels lead the game. 2-1.
That for the Angels so far today. They've scored 2 runs. Both are outs.
よし、当てる。
Credit Adell with just contact.
しぶとく、
and
しぶと
contact to the
く
right side.
ピッチャー返しをしてアウトにはなりましたが、
Contact made and results in a run. The kids are all right, like you said earlier, Rich. They are all right, getting the job done. Look at this stride by Joe Adell going out and no way to turn it
当てる。足速いね、やっぱね。
McCullers exits. Dusty Baker has the ball, and he's going to his bullpen. Angels break through here in the 6th and lead it 2-1. Angels. And he's fiery. He wanted to finish this inning. Dusty Baker was coming out.
And once as a manager, because at the second visit, you're automatically out. Once he gets out there and starts making that walk out, there's no convincing him. And then Dusty knows how important he is to this team, how well he threw the baseball today, and he's going to have that conversation with him how important he is going forward.
Out of Stillwell, Kansas, Ryan Stanek, who once Kendall Graveman came over to Houston. Stanek has been handling the 7th inning. There's a pecking order, in the bullpen. I'm the 7th inning guy. Graveman's the 8th inning guy. Presley, closer. And every now and then you trade roles depending on who's available.
That's a power arm there, too. Static 95, 99. He's got a very, very good split finger fastball. And slider. A little bit of a slower delivery. Joe Adele, if you pick the right hit, especially a splitter, it'd be tough. Even as good arm as Martin Maldonado has behind the plate, there's your chance to steal a bag. They're anticipating him running.
In his career, Stanek has been a reliever, 15 stolen bases in 21 attempts.
One pickoff in his career. One stolen base allowed this season. A little bit of a slide step. And so you pick the right pitch, especially his splitter. That's when you have a chance. And the way the Angels have played, this is going back to Joe Madden is playing like it's 1985. This is definitely 1985 brand of baseball today.
Yes, it is. And look, let's face it. The Angels have to play that way on most nights and days to score runs.
Oh,
And you're seeing pitchers, because the Angels run a little bit more, even this entire series, really. His pitchers are aware of it, trying to be quicker to the plate, hit some pitches out of the strike zone. Just the threat of a stolen base sometimes can be destructive for a pitcher.
Adele, one bag this year.
He was definitely leaning. He got a little bit bigger lead.
You detailed Maldonado and how good he is. He's throwing out,
めっちゃ文句言ったな。
has thrown out 10 of 30. His league average is right around 24, 25% this year for catchers. Not running. Line to right. Fires after it. Boy, Suzuki hit it right on the button.
残念。
Just manufacture a run and have
まあ
it
まあ、
score.
勝ち越し大きい。大谷は7回に回ってきます。第4打席。いい感じや。いい感じだで。
Top-tier play presented by Arco. The slider this afternoon from Detmers was outstanding. Late tilt, good spots, good balance throughout this entire game. He had that. We're working very important pitches. Curveball is in the money in the bank for him, but his slider today was clutch. For this slider, they 3 flyouts, 3 strikeouts, and 2 groundouts today with his slider, which was outstanding. And he threw it for strikes and then expanded the strike zone with it.
6 strikeouts total with a couple walks. And now Austin Warren, who, I know it's not osmosis, but it kind of felt like it, has morphed into a high leverage arm out of the bullpen. And all that was Joe Madden throwing him into a position just to see how he handled it. And when he handled it quite well, Madden continued to give him those opportunities. Wades into a pretty good lineup here of Houston Astros. Aledmus Diaz leads it off. Both of the Angels pitchers today, Reed Detmers and now Austin Warren, their fathers also pitchers. But Detmers didn't, or rather, Warren didn't start pitching until I believe it was between his freshman and sophomore year in junior college. So he's still relatively young to pitching because he didn't spend a long time in the minor leagues.
He's got a good edge to him. He likes to compete. Definitely has some good movement on his fastball. See if he can get a ground ball now. Keep the ball on the ground.
You know, and sometimes a manager, when he gets a player from the minor leagues that he's not that familiar with, will lean on someone he trusts, a scout maybe. Renee Latchman is the guy that gave Warren the stamp of approval.
And you can tell that. I mean, he's a young pitcher. It's a 3-1 count. He throws his slider. So often, especially as a young pitcher, especially when you're in minor leagues, you're throwing a fastball 3-1. But if you can throw a slider and get back into a count, now you can throw a slider here that's slightly out of the strike zone and get it out with it. When you see something from him, that's when you know you have a chance to have a young pitcher like this perform at this level.
Chopper to third. Goslin across in time. Austin Warren has an out. You can decide baseball's biggest blooper. Yeah, you can win your own error-free fan experience. MLB Hoops Bracket at MLB.com/bracket is your chance to win. Restrictions apply. See official rules.
Nobody Phil Gossel making that play. He was out early today, fielding ground ball after ground ball at third base.
Domo minasan.
Jazz McCormick.
まあね。
Enjoying his first year in the big leagues at 26. And Warren in attack mode now. As you pointed out, that slider that got him back into the at-bat. And then a weak ground ball.
It's good miss. Just a little bit off the plate.
Yankees, Tigers, Indians, Orioles. That's the travel itinerary. A swing and a miss, and Warren has 2 breakouts here in the 7th.
And he showed that slide and pitch before close enough to make a hitter think, okay, that was borderline off the plate, and then he goes back to the wipeout slider to get a strikeout. Nice job of keeping that front shoulder locked in, and you see how tight that slider is. That's a great view of that pitch.
映像、ウォールの映像。さあ皆さん、
Here's Myers now. Dangerous
Oh,
guy. He struck
Otani da.
out twice, but of course, last night, a grand slam and a solo homer. And he sends that into center
Otani.
field for a hit. That'll bring the catcher Maldonado to the plate. West Coast games are entering the later stages like this one. Toronto has a 6-1 lead in Seattle. That's going to the 7th. 2 Tatis home runs. Yes, he's in the outfield. Has the Padres up 4-2 over Arizona, top 6. That's in Arizona. And the Giants are beating the Rockies 3-2, bottom 7 up in San Francisco. Sunday night game tonight is the Dodgers at Mets. Busy travel for many major league teams Sunday night going into next week.
Big batter here for also Martin and the Angels, especially who's on deck. You want to have him lead off the inning next inning, and was Altuve, especially with his numbers, career numbers against the Angels. You want to have him lead off the inning.
So this man.
1-0. No Division I scholarship offer for Warren either. Coming out of junior college.
Usually very aggressive at the plate. Team Maldonado taking 2 pitches, working the count his way. A quick visit now for Matt Weiss.
Warren ended up at North Carolina Wilmington. Wise. Local product as well. He's a Southern California guy. Pepperdine at Cal State Fullerton. The Angels organization has worked his way up. Did a really nice job this year. Tom Chitty answers the phone. Action in the Angels bullpen. Jose Quintana trying to get loose. Oh, that missed out. And it's 3-0. And a deep breath from the rookie with Altuve on deck. Brantley after him. That's a strike.
Every pitch has been away against Maldonado. He's pretty good as far as punching the ball to the right side. Might be up the Fletch with some good rain to run down a ground ball his way.
Three-one. Got him to chase.
He pitched like that, the 3-1 slider with Altuve on deck.
Remember, a 3-1 slider got him back into the Diaz at bat. And now the count's full. It's out. He lost him. First and second, Altuve. You've got Quintana in the ball, and he's close to being won. Altuve coming to the plate. Altuve's 0 for 3. 1-run lead for the Angels in the 7th. Altuve, as veteran as you get, as accomplished as you'll find, against the rookie, Austin Warren. Ground ball, Gosling backs up, loads up, fires, got it!
Oh,
Austin Warren, 7th inning stretch, brought to you by your Southern California Honda dealers.
さあ、大谷、第4打席でございます。Such a lonely world, everyone sees. Such a lonely world, everyone. 本当ね、調子がいいのか悪いのかよくわかりませんね。
Angels Baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by your Southern California Honda by SDG&E and by Morongo Resort, Casino, and Spa. Oh, how sweet is that? Rich One's Mark Lucas at Jose Moda. And tomorrow, makeup game in the Bronx. We'll have it for you on Valley Sports. Angels Live starts at 3:30. Garrett Cole.
明日はあれなんですよね。ヤンキース戦なんですよね。このデーゲーム終わってからね、ニューヨークに飛ぶという、ね、恐ろしい日程ですよね。アナハイムから移動日なしで東海岸のクリスチャン・ジェイビア、ハビア、ヒューストンのピッチャー変わりまして、53番クリスチャン・ハビア、26ゲーム 2.83 防御率。右ピッチャーです。さて。
Lance McCullers Jr. and Reed Detmers, the starters. Detmers punched through 6 innings. Austin Warren gave Joe Madden the 7th. Right now, he's looking at the lineup card, thinking about the 8th and thereafter. Joe Madden will take great pleasure in the way the Angels have scored their 2 runs. They have manufactured, they've earned it the old-fashioned way. Ground ball out in the 5th by David Fletcher, and Joe Adell knocked in a run with a ground ball out. Mayfield takes up. Mayfield, a part of that 5th inning, with 1 out, knocked a single into right field. Foul ball. That was online for you, partner.
Let's go back to Jeremiah fan below us, though.
Excellent work.
そうですね。
Trying to catch the corner, missed outside. Infield playing Mayfield straight up. Takes away. He's got himself in a 3-1 count. Javier's ERA under 3. He has the 2nd lowest batting average against in the American League, 177. It seems like everyone that comes out of Houston's pen has some sort of superlative attached to their season.
Chase, that pitch could have been end up being a walk trying to get on base for Ohtani.
Foul back. Ohtani, Fletcher to follow. If anybody gets on, Jared Walsh.
So far, solid game for Jack Mayfield walk. Good base running going 1st to 3rd on Ohtani's hit. Set the table here
メイフィールド、3ボール、2ストライク、粘ってます。メイフィールドすごくいいバッターですよね。いいよ。
He's trying to get us in there.
He's online to get us. He just has both those balls a little bit above our heads.
See if we hit a ball into the stands for a fan for a home run. Just for fun.
It's a live fastball, and it gets by him at 96.
三
Here
振。
comes Ohtani.
さあ、大谷です。
He's 2 for 3.
Boy, that's free and easy delivery fastball by Mayfield, who hits fastballs very well.
Oh, ファイター
Ohtani
ズ
and
のユニフォー
Mayfield
ム。
hit back in the 1st. Line drive to center in the 5th. Infield plays into pull. And he does on a
あ
breaking
ーっ
ball.
と、自打球を当てましたね、初
May
球。
have hit his knee.
クソボールを振って、
Aho
アホですね。
Heavy swing on that one.
Let's see if they caught him.
どんな、
Break a
もう
ball.
こいつ最近内角なら何でも振りますね。
Looked like it touched the top of the knee. After he's fouled baseballs off his front foot, even back leg, he's hit a home
す
run.
ねをかすってますね。
We know he's pretty good. That way I can jog around the bases instead of have to run hard. His base running is phenomenal. What he has done in this series, taking the extra base.
ああ、そういうことかもしれないね。95マイル、
Kia player profile.
ほぼ真ん中のボールを見逃し、何を打つ気なんで
To
しょ
show
う。
you, most games
い
with
け
a
ま
home
せ
run
ん。
is
非常にいけませんね。
all time. Mike Trout, top of the list 35 times. Ohtani's already at 11.
う
Chases a
わ
high fastball
ー
and goes down.
95マイル外目の高めを空振って三振。
Javier has the
なんでしょう。
second best batting average against in the American League.
もう釣り玉、まあ、もうダメですね。
Break ball like he showed Ohtani.
全然ダメですね。もう引退しろっていうね。
Fletcher now Big and bad in the fifth inning. Angels had been really struggling with runners in scoring position in this series. And although Fletcher didn't get a hit, he did put it in play and knocked home a run with runners second and third in the infield back.
Both runs scored today for the Angels on outs.
Eight strikeouts for Lance McCullers Jr., 2 runs on 6 hits.
もうよくない。
So this really has been scratch and claw mode for the Angels.
とてもよくない。
Quintana continues to throw in the Angels bullpen.
2 of the 3 batters, left-handed batters. Brantley, Alvarez, Carlos Correa in between.
Yo, nice.
Towards the line, territory makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th, on to the 8th, and 1 run, Angel lead.
Edition of Small Ball in this game. Tim Salmon, Patrick O'Neill will be here for Angels Live postgame show. Austin Warren getting up the 7th. Great. Can I go back to Reed Detmers? What was that one moment with Detmers today that he said, okay, he belongs?
Well, I think there's more than one moment. I mean, the fact that he only gave up 3 hits, he really grinded through this. And as we talked about in the pregame show, he's given up a lot of 2-strike hits, making mistakes over the middle of the zone. He only gave up 1 hit today out of 22 at-bats with 2 strikes. So much better job today.
This one's coming down to the wire. You certainly feel it. It's up to the pen. Let's go back to Rich, Mark, and Gooby. And it's a tough part of the Astros lineup here, Rich.
Yeah, there aren't many soft spots or soft landings when you come into a game against the Astros. For sure, Michael Brantley, Carlos Correa, Yordan Alvarez. It's tough to play left-right matchups, obviously, with the 3-batter minimum rule, especially against a lineup like this where you can go right-left and you've got danger around every turn.
Well, you just got to go with, sometimes you look at some stats and some numbers career-wise. Quintana's thrown the ball very well throughout his career against the Astros. You got 2 lefties, but they stay inside left-handed, pitching very, very well.
Iglesias and Cishek getting ready. Brantley floats that one into center, and it falls for a hit. that pitch. Brantley seemed to get it off the end of the bat. And here comes Correa.
そういうところ。
Trying to get ahead of the count. They break him off. He's placed perfectly in the outfield. He's down.
ああ、いけませんね。コレアに回ります。
Brantley not a stolen base threat. Quintana against Correa on the ground. Gosling, Fletcher, yes! Double play!
まさかのダブルプレイ。金棚が投げてるの。これは調子悪いのかな。
5-4-3 double play. Huge. Good job as far as the transfer. Is fielding ground ball after ground ball this morning. It's paid off so far for Gosling at third.
Just like that, Quintana's got a lefty-lefty matchup with 2 outs and nobody on. Big shift on for Alvarez, who singled back in the 4th. And Mayfield and Gosling swap.
More coverage on that left side. Mayfield moving Gosling over to second base side. And a dangerous 2-0 count.
Pulls it over the head of Walsh and into the corner. Adele, it dies in the corner. Alvarez doesn't have a lot of speed. He'll stop at second.
Joe Madden maybe going down to the bullpen and bringing Rice out Glaciers to try to get a 4-out save.
You got another good right-handed bat in Gurriel coming up.
Oh. それは取れんわ。
Joe Madden takes the ball, goes to the pen. Side. Angels up a run in the 8th.
ユレシアスか？ああ、ユレシアス、買いまたぎ。グリエルのところで。速攻変えられてんだ。買いまたぎすぎませんかね。うん。
It's brought to you by Hyundai. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on now. Summer-only savings, all models. Visit buyhyundai.com.
金太の5球で交代してるの。
Spicy tiny tacos and our $4.50 loaded spicy tiny tacos. Only at Jack in the Box or get them delivered. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Laguna Beach. And a big A for our T-Mobile coverage team. ball game from the very start. 2-1 Angels, 2 outs, 8th inning. Astros have the tying run in scoring position. Marcelo Iglesias in, needs 4 outs, and his first pitch is fouled back.
Gurriel looks in early, away late. He's aggressive on the first pitch, especially if it's on the middle in. Found out one straight back.
Pretty good pitch, but it's just low. Into the bat. Upton.
おー、打ち取った。おー、今日勝てるのかまさか。
And we go to the bottom of the 8th.
勝てるんでしょうかね。
Replay in the 6th inning, the goose, loose, base hit right center, turns left center, turns it into a double, hustle double. Hit Brandon Marsh, perfect run, been working on this all week, quick down the third base line, first and third. Joe Adele trying to make contact with 2 strikes, back up the middle, showing that speed, no double play turn. Run manufactured it with the lead at 2-1. The Wheels, the Halos resulting in both runs today, but in the 6th inning was huge.
And on the other side, the pitching's been outstanding. Reed Detmer, 6 innings, 1 run. Austin Warren, Jose Quintana, and 1 out from Iglesias. And here's Walsh with Goslin and Upton 2 up. Bottom of the 8th. Christian Javier still in there. Maldonado held that for a while, hoping that Mark Rippinger would eventually change his mind. Counts 2-0.
Drive. Stay back. Hands. Pitch read on the inside corner. 2-0. You're looking for something out over the plate.
And it's a great example. If you look at how the infield's playing, and people say, well, why doesn't he just hit it up the middle where they're not? That pitch is almost impossible to do that with. That mid-90s on the inside corner.
Yeah, I mean, your knuckles are going to be sore if you try to stay inside and hit that ball the other way. That is running right in on your hands.
Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He likes to try to ride that fastball upstairs. against lefties.
And he rode it upstairs and right on by Joe Walsh. So an out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, he has great movement on that fastball upstairs.
まあ、でも私も、大谷と同じところで、
Goslin's double in the 6th helped set that inning in motion and opened the inning. And it wasn't an automatic double, one where you know he's going to get 2 on that. He hit the ball to the left of the shortstop, into the outfield. Chas McCormick, the center fielder, was shaded a bit to right center like he is now. And Goslin never stopped. He knew that he wanted 2, and he beat the throw to second. Goslin!
おお、ゴースリン、ホームランだ。ゴーンうわーゴースリンホームラン。ゴースリンホームラン。3対1です。素晴らしい。ゴースリンはいいんだよね。おー、ナイバッチンだ。これはナイバッチンだね。内角高めを思いっきり高く叩く。スーパーショット。ね、素晴らしい。
In our pregame discussion with Tim Salmon, we were talking about Goslin. This was not on any show, it was just sitting around. And Tim talked about how much he likes Goslin, and with a manager like Joe Madden, you can use him as such a weapon when you have a little more depth that the Angels don't have right now. Because you can spot him, you can start him, anywhere from 4 to 5 times, maybe 6 times, and move him around where you need him.
Yep. And he's going to give you really good at bats. He's going to run the bases exceptionally well. And he's going to give everything he has on the defensive side.
That is a sky-high fly ball that's going to end up in the seats. And much like the Goose, on Sundays, kids 3 through 13 are invited to stay for the kids run the bases. Kids, today's a great day to take the extra base, all right? Head down, get to second, put yourself in scoring position, and it's presented by Yakult's probiotic drink.
Hey, with the way the Angels ran the bases today, it was a good educational purpose to see these kids running today. See what the Angels did running the bases.
I think Brian Butterfield should stay after the game. And he can wave kids home.
Yeah, I'm sure he would appreciate doing that.
Yeah, but knowing him, actually, he might enjoy it. Yes. What a great dude he is.
Terry Scott almost made the play on that pop-up hit. Make that Stewart.
That was a tough play, though. That was in and out. That was not a clean carry. Morgan Langston sliding over. Photo opportunity.
Little S&L. Hey, behind him.
Into the bat. That squirts out. Gurriel lobs. Oh, goodness. That's not your prototypical 3-1 put out.
Tell you what, he's got his changeup working today. Twice now on the first base. Dusty Baker might think, I might have to bring him in and work his changeup. Changeup. Colors Jr. was over an infield hit for Otani. Almost same thing here. But up and out, minus a stride.
In time, get the out. 2 outs here in the 8th.
何を怖がっとんだよ、アンプと。
Now Marsh. What an enormous at bat for Marsh in the
マー
sixth
シュは
inning.
何番バッターですか？
For the last week, Mark Gubicza especially has been talking about the need to bunt the ball, and something that Marsh has been working hard on with Jeremy Reed and all the hitting coaches. And
回って
not
こ
just
ないね。
during batting practice a lot, but I mean
大
really
谷
with
は回って
velocity,
こないです
trying to get it down the
ね。
third base side. And his bunt in the sixth was beautiful. Soft line drive is foul.
And it allows him to track pitches away and hit the ball to left field because he's tracking those pitches down. And if you're going to bunt very well down to the third base line, you have to track, keep your eyes a little bit deeper and longer on the baseball to get a bunt down like he did. And to show how the Angels were able to score that second run, it was that great bunt he had.
It was his bunt that pushed Goslin to third. And Goslin ended up scoring on the Joe Adell ground ball up the middle when the Astros got just the one out at second base. A lot of little ball and then a big fly from Goslin.
Wow, what you got?
Line into center field. That's a base hit.
お、今日もアシ君マルチじゃないか。
Boy, Jose talked about that in the opening, how the youngsters are doing their job as far as
ね、ここ2試合のろくでもなさが嘘のように今日はいい試合をしている。
making contact driving in the second run. It's good to see the young players making those quick adjustments against a very good team like the Astros.
Now Adell hit by a pitch and has bounced out twice. And of course, the second one produced
もし
run
4の
number
2。
two. 3-1 Angels with 2 outs in the eighth. And Adell takes a rip at 93. Maldonado likes that throw behind. One thing that really stood out that Adell said in that Times article today about becoming the player that he's becoming was that he really, after last year when he came up and, he struggled, the rhythm of playing games at AAA is what really helped him advance and improve. Just that everyday opportunity to play. Because the minor leaguers didn't have that last year. And he said that once he fell into the rhythm of playing every day, all the things that Joe Madden and Perry Manassian had told him that he needed to improve, he felt it was so much easier to attack that and take those steps. I don't know that he checked. And Javier gets the strikeout. But the Angels get a huge insurance run. Phil Goslin and a 3-1 lead.
イートン戦力外、マジですごく良かったのに。まあ、メイフィールドがいい。ね、期待の新人も外野が多いし、イートン、DFA、いやマジか。 残念だね。いい仕事してたのに。怖いね、メジャーリーグってね。なんだっけ、もう、ろくでもない中継ぎがね、クビになるのは別にいいけどさ。イートンとかね、中盤にいたね、ウォン君とか、ね、もういないんですからね。そこそこね、チャンス与えてやれば、いい仕事してるのにね。あ、本当だ。イートンいいピッチングをしてたの。
And no offense so far as Raisel Iglesias tries to close it out. Take on me. Pitching has been taking that right to the hitters for the Astros so far.
Aledmus Diaz, Chas McCormick, Jake Myers, 6, 7, 8 for the Astros in the ninth. Changes. Jose Iglesias in the ball game. Mayfield moves to third. It's been a short all day. Fires one high. And safe at first is Diaz. Could be a base hit.
Way back has to come in quickly on the transfer. Just a little bit of a high throw, a little bit of bang play. Diaz runs well.
So now McCormick, and he fouls it back. The one thing, obviously, you don't want to do is turn the lineup over and get back to the top. McCormick's followed by Myers, then the 9 spot. That's where Maldonado.
タティス、もう怪我から
Any
復帰した
further
の。
than that, you're into Altuve, Brantley, and Correa.
あとです。
McCormick has rolled into 5 double plays. Only a
あ、本当だ。
5 hitter.
タティス33、32、33って打ってる。あれ、復帰したんか。4打数3安打2打点。タティスはすごいですよね。固め打ちができますからね。ゲレーロの大谷もコンスタントにホームランを打つタイプ。タティス1試合3本とか平気で打ちますからね。すごいですね。マジか。すげえ。すごいね。マジで。同じリーグじゃなくてよかったですね。
There's one out. You got Diaz still at first base.
At a perfect spot at 97.
As they say, that had some hair on it. Myers now, the hero in last night's game, singled in the 7th, has struck out twice. Both those homers, his first 2 homers in the big leagues were last night. A solo and a grand slam. Wow, a break. That's off the plate.
A couple of them already in this inning.
He has a runner at first. Tying runs at the plate. .96 on the black. Jason Castro is pulled in on deck. One-two pitch. That's off the plate.
It's a pretty good take, especially since one of those pitches were called a strike. There was a borderline one.
Iglesias got the last out of the 8th. As the first out of the 9th. To 2. Got him!
Oh.
And the fastball in on the hands.
That's a change-up.
Yeah,
It's a firm.
you're right.
Firm, a change-up. You're talking 90. 89, 90.
And you are right.
Because he can throw two types. One that will have that little more horizontal movement, and one that will go straight down, a little harder one, almost like a splitter.
Castro now. Pinch hits. Infield plays him to pull. Castro, the starter last night, was 1 for 4. He has power. Maldonado gets the bulk of the catching right now. This is in at 96.
大きい平数 1.051。タティスすげえな。すごいすごい。びっくりだね。1.051 ですよ。
That's 85 and a strike.
Get back in the count, slider. He has the wipe out, swing and miss slider to the slider you can throw for a strike.
Two outs, top of the 9th. Castro fights it off and stays alive.
9番バッター、もう勝つんじゃないですかね。エンゼルスはイグレシアスのこれをね、これがもう少し。
2-2 coming.
98 mile an hour fastball.
Iglesias again. And again, Castro pulls it foul.
Not quite that white dot slider. Left it upstairs. See if he makes a quick adjustment and gets a chase.
6 innings of Reed Detmers. Austin Warren for an inning. Jose Quintana for a couple hours. Iglesias came in and finished the inning.
勝ちますよ。
Has 2 outs with a
大谷
run in the 9th.
のに。
2-2.
Saw a pretty good changeup.
ね、第5打席は回りませんでしたけど、まあね、打率をね、2割7分1厘に戻していった。
Still 2-2. Tying run at the plate. That is up.
粘るな。
Deep breath. What's up, Iglesias? Knowing how important this pitch is, you want to see Jose Altuve in a future series down the road here.
You want to see him in a
ネバネバ。9番カストロ。
Diaz will be on the move from first. 3-2. Ground ball, hard hit.
ああ、一二塁間を抜かれた。
Stop there.
おっと、
The Astros have
まだ終わりません。9回裏、
scoring position. Heck of an at bat.
ツーアウト2、3塁になっちゃいましたよ。
Second and third, and here comes Altuve.
だとかそうなんだよな。ああ、そうなんだ。
Walsh was playing no doubles and hugging the line.
Change up more the plate.
ああ、そうなんだ。
Altuve. Two runners on. Both in scoring position. And the Angels up 2 in the ninth. He's 0 for 4. And 1 for 12 in the series. First pitch swinging and he fouls it back.
Look at the back of that first pitch. Fastball 98.
Trying to get Iglesias through this. 0-1. Outside corner. Sort of. That was off the plate.
ボールだ。完全にボールだ。
Into third, Castro away from second. Check swing, no swing. 1 and 2.
Trying to get him to chase at 98 mile-an-hour fastball. No, he likes pitches upstairs.
Twenty-five home runs, 15 doubles. Altuve, dangerous man. 1-2. Another check swing.
See, that's how Iglesias telling himself to stay back. He's getting a little bit quick, dropping his elbow too much.
Michael Brantley is on deck. Who right now is a tougher hitter than Altuve. The way Altuve's going. 2-2. Got him!
ボールカット。でも本当に40号は出ませんでした。残念ですね。満塁で打てなかったのは最悪ですよね。まあよかったね。ベトマーズ初勝利じゃないですか。ファーストキャリアウィンって書いてます。よかったですね。大谷でも140三振なんだね。
They needed as much goose as they could get, and Goslin delivered.
The goose. Loose.
There's a lot of little things that went into this win. This is a Joe Madden special. He's going to be electric in the post-game news conference on Angels Live.
Boy, and the right guy to have up here to get that last out. The fans were totally into this last at bat. Finishes off with Iglesias, nasty slider.
The goose is no longer loose. He's with Jose Mota. Jose?
Thank you, Rich. Well, first couple of at-bats against a very tough pitcher. The importance of you coming through later with double home run and clearing your mind and staying in the moment.
Yeah, McCullers is nasty. He kind of ate me up the first two at-bats, but, you know, you're going to get a couple more, and you hope to come through and be up in big spots, and I was able to do that. It was fun.
Manufacturing runs today, you were part of it. The youngsters were part of it. How important is it for you as a veteran and for them to be part of it, to know that that also works at this level?
yeah, there's going to be guys like McCullers, some really good pitchers that you're not going to come out. You're not going to get 12 hits, score 8 runs. You got to find a way to scratch a few across, and then Reed pitched great, the bullpen pitched great, and that's what a team win's all about.
Let's go back to Reed. You got a great view from third base. What do you see from the youngster here today?
Really good curveball. He was dropping that in kind of whenever he wanted to get him back into counts. He's got a little jump on his heater up, and he was mixing it up and did a great job against one of the best lineups in the league.
Thank you very much. Have a good trip.
Thank you.
He does it again, and this time he went 430 feet, spreading those wings. Phil Gosson gets it done. Stay tuned. Take a very good look at everything with Patrick O'Neill, Tim Salmon, on Boozer, with Pulse, yours truly, and more coming up right after this on Angels on the Angels close out this ultimate the Astros. Goodbye.
すごい、タティスがいきなり2本打ちましたね。大谷もね、こう、固め打ちをしてもらいたいですね。